Okay, so this is a new question coming from Lead Code. Problem number 2, technically. Add two numbers. This problem is marked as medium and looks like very early stage problem. So more than 25,000 upvotes. It's a very easy question. I won't say it's a medium level question. You can see this question has been previously asked in Adobe, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Bloomberg, Expedia, and that too multiple times. It's a fairly frequently asked question, right? You can see all of the list of companies that has been asked in. Now, what the question says is that you are expected to add two numbers. You are given two non-empty linked lists representing two non-negative integers. Okay. So you will be given two linked lists which are going to represent two non-negative integers, right? These digits are stored in reverse order. Okay. Now, technically, if you get a linked list like 243, then actually the number is 342 because the digits are stored in reverse order. Every digit is stored in one node of the linked list. It's a non-negative number and the whole number is stored in reverse order. So the digits are in reverse order. So technically when you have 2 at the head of the linked list, technically this 2 is the most significant digit, right? You can see if you have a list like 243, you have to consider the number like 342. That's the catch. Okay. And each of their nodes contains a single digit. Okay, every node is going to consider a single digit. You have to add the two numbers and return the sum as a linked list only. So you need to add up both of the linked lists to return the sum as a linked list only. You may assume that the two numbers do not contain any leading zero except the number 0 itself, right? So there won't be any leading zeros, right? So now you can see if let's say both of the linked list have just 0, the sum is 0. If the linked list looks like this, then the sum looks like this, right?
So before moving forward in the video, I would like to tell you about the brand new offering of Algocamp, which is the Lambda 5.0 course. So this is the 5th iteration of the flagship advanced backend development course with Node.js, but this time it's bigger and better. This time Algocamp has introduced a lot of new projects. The whole ecosystem is going to be more AI powered. There are projects including Lovable Clone, your own AI fitness tracker, own AI interview planner and interview prep, I would say, tool. There is some deep engineering concepts around distributed transaction using which you're going to make a payment system or a payment wallet system altogether. There's going to be a workflow manager project. You're going to try to understand how exactly you can use the concepts of, let's say, CDC in order to implement different projects. A lot of deep technical projects and deep technical understanding you are going to get. This particular course is going to focus on making sure that you understand the system architectures and deep system concept that a lot of senior engineers are always involved with, and try to make projects on top of that. You are going to see actual scaling strategies, replication strategies, how you can make sure that your system is fault tolerant, and concepts around, let's say, Kafka, concept around Redis and whatnot. There is so many different projects that are actually added, including a WhatsApp system, something like a Netflix-like system, a Twitch-like system, a lot of AI-powered tools. We are going to actually make something like Lovable Clone and whatnot. Do check out the link in the description section below. Get the idea about all the projects that you are going to get and build. This is something that will take you from an absolutely beginner level backend developer to a very advanced level backend engineer altogether. We have received such great testimonies from the last set of batches, and people are actually loving what we have already built, but this time we have made sure that this is bigger and better. So do check out the link in the description section below and use this coupon code to get massive discounts on the current price. And now let's go back to the video.
Sample here is 243 is going to be represented as 342, 564 is going to be represented as 465, and when you sum them up, it is going to represent the linked list 708, which is actually the number 807. This is the overall question in front of you, right? Now, let me draw two lists in front of you. $243 and 564, right? So technically this list is representing the number 342 because the numbers are stored in reverse order, and this list is representing the number 465. Okay. Now, if technically this list is representing 342 and this list is representing 465, then can I say that if you would have added 342 with 465, then the first two digits that would have been added together would have been 2 and 5, which are technically present at the head of the two linked lists. L1 and L2 are the head of the two linked lists, right? So when you would have added two numbers normally, the first two digits that you would have added are technically present here on the head of the linked list, right? And you have the access to the head directly. So what you can do, you can add them up, 5 plus 2. So what you can do, you can create a new node. The data will be 5 plus 2. There is no carry going on. So 5 plus 2 is 7. And then you move ahead. Okay. You can prepare two temp pointers, temp 1 and temp 2. Okay. Now you can move ahead. Now the next two numbers to be added is 4 and 6. If you add 4 and 6, you will get 10. And the ones place of 10 is actually 0. So you will add 0 here and you will maintain a carry variable. You will maintain a carry variable. Initially carry was 0. Now the carry becomes 1. Okay. So the addition of this gives you 0 and 1 goes as carry. And at last 3 and 4 will be added. 4 plus 3 is 7. 1 you are getting from carry. So technically you are getting a 8 here. And that's it. Now all of the digits are exhausted, right? So your actual linked list that you need to return is 708, which is representing the number 807. This is representing the number 807. You can see 708 represents the number 807. The only catch in this problem is that if let's say you have two linked lists or different length, let's say you have something like 4, 3, 2, 1, which is going to represent the number 1, 2, 3, 4. This is null. Let's say 5, 6. This is going to represent the number 65. Okay. Now, what you're going to do, you're going to keep a carry variable initially 0. Now, 5 plus 4 is 9. You will create a new node with the data 9. Nothing in the carry, you move forward. 6 plus, and let's say this as 8. Okay. So 1284. Okay. Now 8 plus 6 is 14. In 14, 4 will be the ones place and 1 will go as the carry. So carry is updated to 1 and 4 comes here. Now you can see this list has been exhausted. If this list has been exhausted, you don't need to move further, right? And the carry is just going to be added to the data of the list, which is having some data available. So carry was 1 here. 1 plus 2 gives you 3. This becomes 3. Carry becomes 0 again because you don't have any other carry. And you move forward. Again, this is again temp is null. Here you have it 1. 1 comes directly here. And that's it. So if you will add 1, 2, 8, 4 and you will add 65, you will get 9, 14, 3, 1. See, 1, 3, 4, 9. So this is the only check that you have to keep, that if the linked lists are of different length, then you don't need to move your temp pointer further because you cannot move it further, right? And you are just going to add the carry to the corresponding variable if the carry is available. That's it. That is all that you have to do in this problem, that is add numbers. And I would rate this problem as easy because it's technically just an implementation based problem. Now, if you want to code it, you need to return a new linked list, right? So let's come to JavaScript. You need to return a new list node. Okay. So now let's see. You will say let result is equals to null, right? Or yep, let's say let result is equals to null. Okay. Now what we are going to do, we are going to keep two pointers. Temp1 is equals to L1. Temp2 is equals to L2. Okay, we are going to keep two pointers. These two pointers are going to iterate while temp1 is not equal to null, right? Or temp2 is not equal to null. So we are going to keep on iterating them till the time both of them doesn't become null. If so let's see. If this is not null, then also you will execute the loop. If this is not null, then also you'll execute the loop. The moment both of them becomes null, then only you are going to exit out of the loop. Okay, cool. Now let's see. Now what you're going to do, you're going to say, let's keep a carry variable here. Okay, initially carry is 0. There is nothing in the carry variable. Can I say that? So now let's try to add up the data. So we will say let d1, that is data 1 coming from temp1, is, if temp1 is not equal to null, then we are going to get temp1 dot val, otherwise we are going to get 0. Can I say that? If the temp1 pointer is actually pointing to null, then you technically don't need to get anything, otherwise you will get the actual value. Then you will get d2 is equals to temp2 not equal to null, so this is temp2 dot val, otherwise this will be 0. Okay, we'll create sum is equals to d1 plus d2 plus carry, whatever was the last carry you are going to keep it, right? Okay, now once you have got the sum, then you will say let digit, which digit you want to store is sum mod 10. Why sum mod 10? Because this is going to give you the last digit of the sum, and then carry will become equals to sum, we can do math dot floor of sum by 10. Okay, so for example, if the sum is 14, then carry will be 1, because 14 by 10 is going to be 1.4, its floor value is going to be 1. Okay, cool. Now we need to create a new node using this digit, right? Let's create a new node. So we will say let new node is equals to new list node, and the value that we are going to give it is digit. Okay, and next we will keep it as undefined. The next variable we will keep it as undefined. Now if the result, this result node is equals to null, then result becomes equals to new node, because this is the first time. See, the resultant linked list is null, that means we are adding for the first time, so this becomes the new head. Otherwise else you will say result dot next is equals to new node, result is equals to new node. Okay, and let's do one more thing here. So we'll say result is equals to new node, and because this is the head that we are setting for the very first time, I will also keep let result head. I will set result head also as new node. Okay, so see, what I'm trying to do is, just like we have our temp1 and temp2 variable, this should be temp2. Just like we have our temp1 and temp2 variable that are actually iterating over linked list L1 and L2, the result variable is going to iterate over the resultant linked list, and the result head is actually the head of the resultant linked list. So if till now this result pointer was null, or even a better check can be, if the resultant head was null, that means this is the first time we are doing the addition. So I'll assign result as new node and result head as new node. If it is not the first time, then we are going to do result dot next is equals to new node, so that we can attach the new node into the result, and for the next operation you can just make result is equals to new node. That's it. At last we are going to return result head. Okay, let's try to run the code. Let's see if we made any mistake somewhere. This is dot val. Okay, okay, one second. Okay, JavaScript heap out of memory. Somewhere we are doing some memory error. So in case you are not able to understand what exactly the logic we are doing is, let's see. So initially, when you will not be having any nodes, right? Currently, let's say you are adding your first digits. For example, this. Let's say you are adding 2 and 5. This is the first time you are adding 2 and 5. That means the resultant list is not actually yet prepared. Once you added 2 and 5, this becomes 5 plus 2, 7. And you create a new linked list node as 7, right? You can see you create a new linked list node as 7. Now, that's what you are doing here. If result head is null, that means in the resultant linked list, there has not been any node that has been added till now. This new node is going to be the first node. This 7 is the first node that you are adding in your linked list. That means it should become the head. So I'll mark res as new node and resultant head as also new node. This resultant pointer is kind of like a temporary pointer that is going to move to the resultant linked list. Now we move to the next nodes. Now 4 plus 6 becomes 10. You got a 0 and then a carry of 1. Now resultant head is empty. No, resultant head already has a head node. That means whatever is the new node that you have created as 0, this is going to be marked as result.next as 0. So you see, you do result.next as 0. And now result pointer will start pointing to 0. Resultant head is still at 7. Res pointer is going to start at 0. Now you move to the next iteration. 3 plus 4 plus 1 carry gives you 8. So now the new node that you will create 8, you will check. Is the head null? No. The head is having 7. That means resulted at 0. So 0.next should become 8. And then result will move and hop on to 8. This is how one by one we are actually moving from one node to the other node. I hope now the core crux and the logic of the problem is clear to everyone.